welcome back to Bunters Yard. So today we are doing as a first an end gauge a Loco. This is a Pannier tank for one of our subscribers, Sean, who follows us on Instagram too, and has asked if we could weather a couple of these for him. This one's going to be a light weathering. Really nice detail on this, but one of the problems I have is that I haven't got any end gauge track to sort of run this on afterwards to make sure it's all clear of any paint. So I'm just going to mask off the wheels and the contacts just for now, so we can make a start. And the first thing we need to do then after that is to add a little light fade. Now we've got a green Great Western paint from Roots Rails, which is a really good match, and we mix it down a little bit with sand rather than white, just to give it a little bit of a lighter shade, just so it looks like there's a bit of fading already going on the top surfaces. And we turn the pressure on the gun, the airbrush down really low, just so it's a really light coverage. And then we're going to add a little bit more sand of the colour in, and just to give a slightly lighter shade, just a little bit of a sort of modelling effect. And then similar on the roof. So this is it looks a bit light in the shot there. I think it's just reflecting the light above, but it's actually just a very dark grey, just to give a bit of a fade on that roof as well. Now once that's all dry, I'm just going to add a couple of just a light sort of water runs there from those filler caps. Now this is just a really dilute off-white Vallejo, and we're just going to brush that in just to soften it up a little bit. Now if you want it really soft, probably best to use an oil paint rather than an acrylic. They blend much softer if that's what you need, but for this particular one, this will do, I think. If we get it wrong, we've still got time to sort of just to wet it and knock it back a little bit, or add some more in like we did here. Now one of the reasons we've added sand into the green fade rather than white is that if you add white, you end up with a mint green, which is not particularly attractive. So try and add in like a sand or ivory or tan colour if you're doing any fades on these colour like greens, blues especially. It seems to work quite well. And as you can see, this is really dilute. We didn't want it straight out of the bottle. This is quite thin, just so it gives us an opportunity to drag it a little bit and for it to show through as well. And obviously, as much as you can, just try to do vertical strokes, because that's the way that gravity would make the water runs appear. Just a little bit extra on the top, and then we don't really do too much of this. So our next step is we're going to use a colour called Smoke from Vallejo. Now this is like a sort of translucent, so it's already see-through as you use it, but we're going to mix it up fairly thinly, probably a little bit thinner than usual, and it's a great colour to have in your toolbox. It's just a nice sort of dirty, smoke, greasy type look. So use this on lots and lots of things, but it's particularly good on sort of these top sections, the roofs and so on. And apologies for this to being a little bit out of focus. I'm a little bit out of practice with creating the videos. I haven't done any for a little while, as you possibly know, but we're getting back in the swing of it now, so hopefully they'll get a little bit better again. So we're just going to add a little bit on the back as well. And then just a touch on the front. So our next stage is a little bit of dry brushing. Now we're using on this particular one, as you saw, that was called gunmetal, and we're going to dry brush just over the all the detail area, not necessarily to give it like a weathered effect, but really just at because of the scale of these and the distance where they can be seen, some of the detail can be kind of lost in the distance. So we're going to use this gunmetal. You can choose any colour that you think appropriate. So you could use a lighter shade of the green if you wanted to, or I've used silver before, that's quite good. Or if you're doing something a bit more sort of relic-y, you could use a rust colour, an orange or a brown. And it's particularly good on the front. You can just see the details just start to pop out there. So make sure your brush is really almost empty of any paint. Just rub it back really well, just to make sure it's sort of as dry as you can. Now we don't use much in the way of weathering powders on this one. Just want to add in a bit of black sort of coal dust for just around the hopper there where the coal goes. And this is the Humbrol black powders, which are really good. Just stick to everything. Just be very careful. Don't use too much, otherwise it would just it's impossible to get off. Once it's on, it's on. So we're just using a relatively small brush and just using a tiny amount at each pass. It's easy to put more on, it's not as easy to take it off. So just as a beware. Now with this particular model, we don't want to use too much of this. It's the idea is that the Loco's not been in service for too long. So we're just going to be very sort of trying to be subtle with it. Just a little bit around there. Also bear in mind that once we lacquer this, which we'll do next off camera, is that some of that paints, the powders will fade. So last bit on this to do is just need to dry brush on that as well. We've also dry brushed the axle boxes on the side, and this is the finished article. So I've shown this to Sean. He said he was pleased, which is great, and I think we've achieved kind of what we're after. So it's good to be back to do more videos. We haven't been here for a little while. We've got lots to come up in the way of content for you. So we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thanks for watching this video today, and have a good day. We'll see you soon.